Hey everyone, finished watching the next episode of Power Rangers Mystic Force Hardheads. Claire and Udana are still on their quest to find Lienbo. At the Rockporium, Lily is trying to endear herself to the others, but they're not having it. Nick and Vita get into an argument when Nick uses the DJ equipment Vita usually works with. Necroli opens the Book of Prophecy. One of the terrors, Serpentina, reads that she'll be defeated, but she doesn't believe it. She asks the terror Hecatoid to go fight the Rangers. He sprays Nick and Vita with acidic slime. When the other Rangers show up, he grows. The Rangers and Solaris Knight call the Zords, but Hecatoid leaves when he hears the signal for the selection ceremony. Serpentina is chosen, and Sculpin, the leader of the Terrors, is suspicious. The Master's life force hasn't been restored at all. This means someone is breaking the rules of darkness. Serpentina attacks. The Rangers go to stop her, but Nick and Vita can't morph. They decide to use their magic to help. Together, they manage to knock over Serpentina. She sends out a snake, and it bites Genji, and he turns to stone. She retreats back to her own dimension. Nick and Vita stay behind while the others follow Serpentina. At the Rockporium, Nick and Vita apologize for fighting earlier. Serpentina appears in the form of a giant snake and eats the Rangers. Nick and Vita encounter Serpentina but can't fight back without their magic. Suddenly, they're enveloped with light and their morphing magic is returned. It was Itasis. She restored their powers in order to honor the rules of darkness. With their powers restored, Nick and Vita are able to free the other Rangers and Genji turns back to normal. Serpentina grows, but the Rangers defeat her with the Manticore Megazord. In the underworld, Sculpin consults a magic lake and sees Lienbo wearing Korag's armor. Lienbo proclaims that the Master will never rise again. Lily is off sulking when suddenly the Book of Prophecy flies to her. She looks inside and is horrified to read that she'll become Queen of the Vampires. This is a pretty good episode. Nothing amazing. It's standard. Claire and Udana only appear at the beginning. I understand why. It's to remind the audience of where they are, but it just feels awkward. Nick and Vita's story is fine. They both get angry in the moment, hold a grudge, but then laugh it off when they come to their senses and realize how immature they've been acting. Nothing to look super deep into there, I just thought it was really interesting that a story like this was done pretty well here. Like, it's a story that it works fine for one episode, it doesn't overstay its welcome. In a couple of years in the Neo Saban era seasons, this will be like the norm plot, and nearly every episode is like this, and it gets really grating. The Book of Prophecy is back, and I'm curious how much it reveals. Does it only show what it wants? Is it alive? It sure acts like it's alive. The Terrors get some characterization. Megahorn is the hot-headed one. Hecatoid is gross. Itasis is introspective, and Sculpin is commanding. It's not much, but for this many new characters introduced very quickly, it's impressive that all their individual character traits are so consistent. And the final thing to talk about is Lily looking in the Book of Prophecy. This, again, kind of feels a little tacked on, kind of like the Claire and Udana part, but this, I don't know, it feels a little bit more natural, especially being at the end of an episode. Maybe this is intended to lead into the next episode or something. Lily is prophesied to become Queen of the Vampires. What could this imply? Is she going to give up on trying to be the Rangers' friend and rejoin the bad guys? Is she going to overthrow her own mother or something? Is it possible that she's going to overthrow her mother and then, like, use her power as Queen of the Vampires for good? Like, are we going to have good guy vampires? I think that would be kind of a cool idea, to have, like, an army of good guy vampires helping out the Rangers against the bad guys. So yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
It's kind of disgusting.